Let's be real, a PhD is a total marathon for your brain. But what if I told you the secret to actually finishing, and finishing strong, wasn't some flash of genius? What if it was just a super simple, repeatable formula? We're going to break down 7 daily habits that could give you a massive, massive edge.
So, overwhelmed that your PhD? Yeah, I'm guessing that hits home for a lot of you. If you're in the thick of it, you know exactly what this feels like, right? The to-do list that never ends, the pressure, that feeling of just floating, totally adrift. Look, you are definitely not alone in this. And this is why. It really does feel like a long, unstructured marathon with no finish line in sight. It's not a sprint. It's this multi-year thing with basically zero built-in structure. And when you don't have a system, that pressure just keeps building. And pretty soon you feel like you're just spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast.
Okay, but here's the pivot. What if a handful of consistent habits could put you ahead of almost everyone? This question is the whole point. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's not about some stroke of genius, it's all about consistency. So let's get into the system that can put you way ahead of the pack. All right, first up, Pillar 1, the academic engine. Think of this as the heart of your PhD machine. This is the heavy lifting, the core intellectual work. You know, the daily grind that's actually going to turn your big idea into a finished dissertation. And you know what? The engine itself is surprisingly simple. It's powered by just 3 key tasks. We're talking 4 hours of deep research, reading 1 paper a day, and writing 500 words a day. That's it. Let's dig into why each of these is so critical. So, that first number, 4. This is the big one. We're talking about 4 hours of deep, focused, totally uninterrupted research. That means phone off, email closed, no social media. This is your sacred, protected time. It's where the real magic, the real progress actually happens. Okay, next up is the number 1, just 1 paper. Read 1 academic paper every single day. See, this isn't about cramming for an exam. It's about slow, steady absorption. It's like compound interest for your brain. You're constantly feeding it new ideas, and over time, you build this incredible foundation of knowledge. And then there's 500. Honestly, this might be the most powerful number of the 3. Just 500 words written every day. It doesn't sound like a lot, right? But just think about it. Do the math. That's 2,500 words a week. Over a month, that could be a whole chapter. This is how you beat the blank page and just build that unstoppable momentum. Okay, so you've got this awesome engine, but any engine, no matter how powerful, is totally useless without fuel. And that brings us to Pillar 2, the personal foundation. This is all about taking care of yourself, the physical and mental stuff that keeps you going for the long haul. And your fuel? It's these 3 things. And let's be super clear. These are not luxuries. They're not things you do if you have time. No way. In this system, they are every bit as critical as the research and writing. Absolutely non-negotiable. First up, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You know, in academic culture, pulling all-nighters is almost like a badge of honor, right? Well, this is a radical act of self-preservation. The science on this couldn't be clearer. Protecting your sleep is protecting your brain. It's absolutely essential for memory, for problem solving, for everything you need to do. Next, getting some exercise in. The key here, as you can kind of see, is consistency. We're aiming for 3 solid sessions every week. Look, this isn't about training for the Olympics. Think of it more like scheduled maintenance for your brain. It's one of the best ways to manage stress, lift your mood, and just get that mental clarity you desperately need. And rounding out the foundation, 10,000 steps. I mean, let's face it, PhD work means a lot of sitting. This simple goal just forces you to get up and move. And you'd be amazed at how many breakthrough ideas pop into your head when you're walking, not just staring at a screen. It's such an easy win. Okay, so we've got our engine and we've got our fuel. What's missing? Well, a GPS, a guidance system. And that is our third and final pillar, the essential feedback loop. This is what makes sure all that hard work, all that engine power, is actually pointed in the right direction. So what is a feedback loop? Basically, it's a process that stops you from wasting months or even years heading down a dead-end road. And during a PhD, your time is literally your most precious resource. So this kind of course correction, it's not just helpful, it's absolutely essential. So what's the most critical feedback loop of all? It's so simple. A weekly discussion with your supervisor. And this isn't just a casual, how's it going check-in. This is your lifeline. It's your number one source for guidance, for accountability, for that expert feedback you can't get anywhere else. This one habit keeps your entire academic engine on the right track.
All right, let's recap. We've got the 3 pillars: the academic engine, the personal foundation, and the feedback loop. Now, let's put it all together, because when you combine all of these, you get what we're calling the 99% advantage. And the result is, well, it's pretty astounding. And here it is, the whole shebang, the entire system in one place. You got your 4 hours of research, 1 paper, 500 words. Then your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, exercising 3 times a week, 10K steps. And finally, that weekly supervisor meeting. You see how they all work together? The academic work, taking care of yourself, the feedback. It's this amazing, positive cycle that just builds on itself, day after day.
So what's the result of all this consistency? What's the actual payoff? What happens when you really commit to this, day in, day out?
The result is this: 99%. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the advantage you get. It's a huge, staggering number, and it just shows the incredible power of having a system when most people around you are just trying to tread water and survive. Here's the full sentence, the big promise. You are ahead of 99% PhD students. And listen, this isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about you operating at your absolute peak consistently. With this system, you're not just trying to survive your PhD, you're actually mastering it. And in the end, after all the systems and pillars and numbers, it really just comes down to this: 2 simple words. This whole thing, this entire formula, it's all designed to give you the structure, the fuel, and the strength to do one thing: keep going.